Welcome to New Sky TV. Netizens were absolutely in an uproar. The previously hidden favoritism had finally been revealed. Why was Wang Haozhen always attracted to girls with personalities like Zhai Yiying? It turns out the answer was in every glance they exchanged when they stood side by side. Wang Haozhen x Zhai Yiying, their perfect chemistry didn't create rumors, but a sweet storm. One is calm and reserved, quiet yet impactful. The other is lively and vibrant, with bright eyes and genuine emotions. These two contrasting auras met, but instead of clashing, they meshed perfectly like gears. When she smiled, his gaze lingered. When she spoke, he would instinctively listen intently. That tacit understanding didn't need dialogue, it quietly fermented in the air. In today's fast-paced, intensely competitive short drama genre, plots are compressed to minutes, and twists are as frequent and brief as fireworks. Viewers are surrounded by excitement, but also more easily fatigued. It is in this environment that Wang Haozhen has become a stabilizing force for many. He doesn't rely on exaggerated expressions to steal the spotlight, nor does he use excessive emotion to gain attention. Just standing there, the camera steadies, and the story settles down. It's as if his mere presence gives the entire drama a center, a reassuring emotional anchor. Zhai Yiying, however, is precisely that ray of light that breaks the monotony. Her charisma isn't a deliberately crafted sweetness, but an unadorned vibrancy, daring to laugh, daring to cry, daring to lay her emotions bare before the camera. She gives the rhythm a breath of fresh air, and makes Wang Haozhen's composure no longer seem lonely. Thus, what the audience sees isn't a formulaic CP performance, but a naturally growing emotional tension. No wonder netizens can't help but ask, so, what Wang Haozhen prefers is this kind of warm, edgy, and brightening personality? Not dependence, not pandering, but rather, beyond his restraint and quiet, she speaks his emotions, illuminates his life. Sweetness, not ostentatious, ambiguity, needing no proof. What's truly captivating is the subtle yet overwhelming attraction they exude when they're in the same frame, like a gentle storm that lingers. This connection isn't a skill honed through rehearsals, it's more like an instinctive resonance. The moment the camera rolls, they hardly need to find emotional anchors, their breathing, rhythm, and pauses are all naturally aligned. On set, staff privately remarked, "It doesn't feel like acting, it feels like two people walking side by side on the same emotional track." This chemistry is even more pronounced in less emphasized transitional scenes. In one scene, a simple movement was transformed by Zhai Yiying's impromptu emphasis, prompting Wang Haozhen to tighten his gaze. Before a line was even finished, the emotion had already arrived. This spontaneous, unscripted reaction prompted the director to call out, "One more take," just to capture that instant chemistry perfectly. Many viewers believe that the sweetness of a romantic relationship stems from closer physical contact and increasingly ambiguous dialogue, but truly sophisticated sweetness often lies in restraint. Wang Haozhen's performances are always understated, while Zhai Yiying excels at igniting emotions through subtle details. A slight pause, a glance back after a moment of hesitation, can naturally amplify the layers of his emotions. The two actors, one restraining and the other releasing, seem to be drawn together by an invisible thread, their emotions full of tension yet never overflowing. This harmony becomes even more acute in heart-wrenching scenes. There are no hysterical cries, no deliberately exaggerated expressions of pain, but rather silence, avoidance, and averted gazes. The moment Wang Haozhen lowers his head, Zhai Yiying's eyes are already red. Before her departing figure has even faded into the distance, his emotions have already completely collapsed. That sense of shattering isn't acted out for the audience, but rather the result of the genuine flow of emotions between them. Perhaps this is why their scenes together always create the illusion, as if beyond the characters, there lies another, more private, more authentic emotional logic. You don't need to be told how sweet they are, just watching will unconsciously draw you in, soften your heart, and make you fall for them. This also explains why, in today's highly homogenized short drama market, the combination of Zhai Yiying and Wang Haozhen can still repeatedly strike a chord with audiences. It's not because of gimmicks, but because genuine emotions cannot be replicated. When acting is no longer a mere accumulation of techniques, but a synchronized flow of emotions, that quietly growing sweetness and pain will truly remain in the audience's hearts, lingering long afterward. Wang Haozhen's personality carries an inherent coolness and aloofness, like a boundary that always maintains distance, while Zhai Yiying naturally possesses a warm and gentle healing power, like a beam of light that is unassuming yet capable of melting away the chill. It is precisely this contrast in personality that creates a subtle yet stable balance between them on screen, one cold, one warm, mutually attracting and finding solace in each other, bringing the audience a viewing experience different from formulaic sweet romances. Truly good collaborations are never about one overpowering the other, but about being seen more completely through mutual reflection. The appearance of Zhai Yiying elevates Wang Haozhen's portrayal of the domineering CEO beyond a mere symbol of coldness and power. His silence gains emotional depth, and his restraint acquires a touch of human tenderness. Conversely, under Wang Haozhen's steady emotional support, Zhai Yiying's sweetness transcends the surface, her smile gains weight, and her vulnerability becomes real and believable. Standing side by side, the characters feel grounded, and their emotions ground naturally. This pairing is neither a simple case of complementary personalities nor a deliberate contrast, but rather a genuine mutual support on a performance level. Wang Haozhen uses restraint to leave room for emotion. Zhai Yiying, with her delicate expression, gradually fills in those unspoken feelings. Thus, the visuals require minimal embellishment, yet the emotions build layer by layer, drawing the audience in effortlessly. Compared to the current short drama market, which relies heavily on artificial sweetness and high-density intimate scenes to overwhelm emotions, their presence is refreshingly clean. There's no excessive sweetness, nor overly forceful heartbreak, only the natural flow of emotions between the characters. This is precisely why their scenes together are so captivating, memorable, and leave a lasting impression. Looking back at Wang Haozhen's past collaborations, he has worked with many people, but few have truly resonated with him on a level of temperament, rhythm, and emotion. Zhai Yiying, however, is precisely the one who makes his eyes light up, not with a noisy, outward light, but with a gentle brightness born from being understood and responded to. Perhaps it is this very quality that allows the audience to see in them a longer-lasting and more precious possibility beyond the short drama. This possibility is not flamboyant, yet it is full of vitality. It is hidden in the unintentional eye contact, in the brief but precise pauses before emotional shifts. Viewers may not be able to pinpoint exactly what makes them so appealing, but they can't help but keep watching episode after episode, simply because the feeling is real and believable, like someone they've brushed past in real life but can't forget. Off-screen, their interactions are equally restrained and comfortable. There is no deliberate creation of intimacy, nor any reliance on generating buzz, but whenever the two are on screen together, the atmosphere naturally relaxes. Wang Haozhen's silence no longer seemed cold, but rather carried a layer of reassuring understanding. Zhai Yiying's liveliness didn't appear frivolous, but rather a composed acceptance of being steadily caught. This state is precisely the level many actors struggle to reach in collaboration. And it is precisely for this reason that their pairing evokes anticipation, not anticipation for a single, overly sweet scene, but curiosity about the next emotional encounter. Audiences want to see in what kind of stories they will meet again, and in what situations they will push this chemistry to even deeper levels. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.